Do you know there's things not talked about in an ATM business today to end the video, and I'm going to share with you what some of those are. Hi, I'm Phil from the ATM Mastermind Group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Without further ado, the top 5 things that are not talked about in the ATM business that you need to know. Point number 1, removing the ATMs. All right, so now you're in the ATM business. You put in up 3-4 ATMs. One of the ATMs is not doing as good as it needs to do, or the store is closing, or the store is going out of business, or they're switching owners. This is one of the things that they don't talk about in the ATM business that you need to know what to do, when to do it. You know what? Schedule an appointment with the ATM, remove the ATM. Sometimes if the store owner says, are you going to cover the holes? Would you put the anchors in there? They're going to stick out about this far. What do? Do you leave that? Do you sawzall it out? That'll be a decision that you'll need to make. Some people decide to saw it off. Some people just leave it up for the next ATM operator to come in there. If you drill in the holes and you set anchors down, what do? Do you leave the holes there? Do you cover them up? And how are you going to handle that? So you'll need to decide when you decide to move the ATM, or you take the ATM out, or you move it in the store. How are you going to handle that situation? You're going to have to figure it out. But we were doing a video to let you know that that is one of the situations that will come up when you're in the ATM business, is when you remove an ATM. Also, if the ATM isn't performing well, do you just stay on the ATM location, even if it's a bad one? Or do you have a discussion with the location owner to say, you know what, this ATM is performing, we got to remove it? You will need to know what to do in those situations. So have that conversation with yourself in your head. How am I going to handle this? So when that does come up, you know exactly what to do and how to do it. Hi, this is Phil from PQ Merchant Enterprises, and we're here to just let you guys know that we sell ATMs. We also provide repairs on ATM dispensers, and we sell keypads just like this one and this one. This is an 8000R keypad, and this one is a 6000 keypad. We also repair these and do advanced replacements. So for $175, you give us your old keypad, which is like this one, and we'll give you a refurbished one so you can put it in your 1800, your 1500s, your 1800 SEs, and some of the Halo ones will also use this one. And with this special, we're also going to offer $50 off for any new ATM sales. Just mention the promo code 2023 and we'll take an additional $50 off our regular price of the ATM. Point number 2, service calls. How are you going to handle this situation? I heard a person yesterday, they were in the chat, they were asking me, Phil, I want to get a strip club. I saw that there's a gentleman's club and I have an opportunity to put an ATM in there. What do you think? All right, well, one of the challenges with this is, what's the service hours? Most gentlemen's clubs, they start later in the evening, maybe 7, 8, 9 o'clock. They go to 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Are you going to be available for those service calls? What time is your service cut off? How are you going to handle that? You need to let the person know who you're putting the ATM in. Hey, we run service from this time to this time. We run service, we don't come out the same day. We run service the next day. So you have to know what and how are your service hours are going to be dictated. So you can communicate that to the customer about your ATM business. Because if you don't communicate that and they assume that you're going to be out there this fast, that might be an issue. So you have to set the expectation of your customer when you cut the deal to place the ATM. For us, hey, we'll be there in 4 hours or less. Or some locations, we're 2 hours away. We just let them know we're going to be there next day. So let the customer know so they are not mad at you or decide, hey, your service stinks. Well, it's because you told them it's next day service. They called at 7 in the morning and now you're not going to be there until 7 to 10 o'clock the next day. That's an issue. In particular, this is a gentleman's club. They expect that service to be probably within an hour. If you're not going to perform that service, then that might be an issue in that gentleman's club. You might have to help with something and maybe have 2 ATMs if you're going to go into that gentleman's club, in case you can't get there that fast. So if you're thinking about starting your own profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay to the end of the video and I will show you our checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success. You can earn between $250 and $1,500 of passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Point number 3, nobody ever talks about this. Location agreement or not location agreement. Some of the guys throughout the course of me doing videos for 4 years where I've encouraged people to pursue the location agreement. When I first started doing videos years and years ago, nobody talked about this. Nobody even wanted to get these. They felt uncomfortable. The reason they felt uncomfortable because it could be a deal breaker. If you want to get a location, they don't want to sign a location agreement, you could blow the deal. So nobody wanted to talk about that. I talked about it because I'm building for the future. So this is a decision you need to make. Do you want to have an ATM in a location without a location agreement? Is that going to be okay for you? For us, PDQ, no way. If I don't have a location agreement, I'm not in that deal. I'm sorry, but that's the rule of the game. Our insurance company wants us to have a location agreement, and I want a location agreement. I'm not building a business unless I'm guaranteed to stay in that business for a long time. But you will have to make that decision. How do you want to handle it? Do you want to do it? And what does that look like? So keep that in mind. Point number 4, bank accounts. I see from time to time somebody open up a bank account and now their bank account is being shut down. Now, for the most part, what I see is they went with Bank of America, they went with Chase, they went with Wells Fargo, and their bank accounts are being shut down. However, some other bank accounts might choose to move that in that direction. How are you going to handle it? What are you going to do? I always encourage you, once you get a bank account, you know what? Get another bank account at another bank just as a backup so you already have your ducks in a row in case this ever happens to you. But you need to know what to do, and nobody talks about this. So you need to prepare yourself for the future just in case that does happen. Again, it's not a likely thing that could happen, but it could happen just in case. And point number 5 is new locations. This is the lifeblood of the ATM business. It's constantly getting new locations. How are you going to get new locations? What networks are you going to develop to get that? What kind of referral business are you going to look for? Are you going to be down the street? Are you going to cold call? Are you going to sell flyers? Are you going to do Facebook marketing? What are the things that you need to do, and how do you need to do it? This is something this is the lifeblood of your ATM business. You need to know what to do and how to handle it. All right, so if you're thinking about starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can start earning passive income, make more money for your family, and spend more time with them also. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom at one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube, and I'll see you over at the next ATM Mastermind video.